Hey everyone, it's Wes with Main Street, and today we're here with Nominalist Creative going through kind of the ergonomics of how a chair works. Most people who buy a chair basically get one lever. However, this chair that we're showcasing here has multiple different levers, but how it adjusts your body is it will fit everything. So I'm just gonna showcase kind of the features and then I'll fit myself and show you basically how everything works. So here you have your tension knob. So this is what tightens the tension to where you can rock or not. This is your height adjustable setting. This is your back angle adjustment. You have your arms that pivot in and out as well as up and down, and they actually pivot. You have a back height adjustment here. You have your lumbar adjustment, and then you also have your lock mechanism. So this is basically your tilt lock as well as a seat slider. So as we said, we're gonna go through and fit this chair to me and show you each adjustment and how they work. So I'm gonna walk over and sit down. And the first thing you're gonna wanna do on any chair is find the height adjustable lever, which is the pneumatic height. So for me, I'm gonna go up slightly because what I want is my hips slightly higher than my knees. What that does is it opens up my hip angle as well as it gets me my feet flat. You want your feet flat on the ground, legs somewhat parallel to the floor, if not parallel to the floor, but your hips slightly elevated over your knee. So for me, this is proper height for the way I sit for my body. This distance from here to here is what sets the height of the chair. So just remember, if your distance from your knee to your heel is lower, that's gonna be the adjustment you want in a pneumatic cylinder in a chair. So the next adjustment would be what we call is a seat slider. So calf to front of seat. If I put my hand there, you can see basically 4 or 5 fingers. Ideally, we want 2 to 3. And the reason for that is I'm gonna slide the seat forward and I'll explain it. So if your feet are flat and you're in the 90-degree angle with their height, you're gonna create proper blood flow to your feet. The next one is this dimension here as we talk the seat slider. If you ever bring your feet past 90, you're cutting circulation up to your feet. You're causing your feet to start hurt. And if you ever get up, you could potentially fall because your feet don't have proper circulation of the blood to your feet. So ideally, we want to go at least 2-3 fingers. What that does is it also centers the weight of your body evenly on the seat. So if you can see now, I've centered my weight on the actual cylinder of the chair, which is ideal for what you want. The next adjustment I would say for me, again, I've got seat right, depth right. I want my back angle. So you can see this adjustment here. This adjustment is what's going to change the angle of the back. So I'm gonna twist it, it's gonna make some noise. And that actually changed the angle of the back to me. So I wanna go in neutral posture, which is almost a 90-degree angle. That gets me in that position. And if I need to go back slightly, I could also take it back. So for me, I'm gonna bring it forward because that's what's good for my body and my posture. So that's 1, 2, 3, and let's go into the next one. I'm gonna turn this way so you see. This is called the lumbar. So as you can tell, this curve, your lumbar curves like this, your thoracic goes like this, and your neck basically similar. So you want your lumbar to curve just to match your back. So this is gonna actually adjust the curve of it into my lumbar. So I'm pushing the curve into my lumbar, creating that inward flex so my thoracic can also do this and my neck proper positions right. So we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're on this is the 4th adjustment that you need in an ergonomic chair. So for me, that's great. Now I wanna make sure that the back height is where it needs to be, so it's hitting my lumbar. So I'm gonna bring this chair about there, so it's hitting perfect in my lumbar. So now I've got my lumbar adjusted in, I've got my lumbar adjusted up, and I've also got it adjusted in. Now I'm in a neutral posture position, which is like this, not on our phones forward like this, but back like this. I want center of shoulder over center of ear. So if my posture looks correct, which it feels good, my ear should be centered over my shoulder. And that's neutral posture. So with that, the next thing on this chair or a chair you would want is your arm to be a 90-degree angle with your shoulders not elevated or not basically pushing down. So at that angle, I can move my arm forward like this and my shoulder does not lift. That is the proper height for this arm. I'll bring this one up. And then depending on if I can use this for my keyboard or working on my keyboard, these arms adjust backwards and forwards. So if I want to bring my arms in, I want my forearm to rest on the armrest. So as we fitted ourselves to the chair, we got the back angle, we've got the lumbar, we've got the back height perfect. The next thing is you have a tension knob. So this knob, if I loosen it or go forward, it's basically gonna allow me to go backwards. So if it goes back way too easy, almost like I can fall backwards, then adjust the tension one forward. You can feel it a little tighter, go a little bit forward. It's a quick twist. So I'm gonna go there. For me, that's proper because I can lean back with a little bit of support. I can come forward, not overly using too much force or going back way too easy. So I'm actually gonna go forward one more for me. So for me, that's great. And then the next thing I'm gonna turn to this side is this round knob right here is what is called your tilt limiter. So this is the adjustment the chair has to go all the way back. So if I'm a gamer, I can be back with lumbar supported, or if I want to sit at the desk and work, I can also be supported. But if I don't want to go all the way that far back, I can have it stop me at a certain degree, or I can limit myself from going back at all if you want to sit in the neutral posture. There's 3 ways to buy this chair. So the first one is simple. Our ergonomics page, you can actually buy this today, right now. So with this chair, you can get all the features and click now and buy. Another way is fill out the website submittal form. It'll come to our sales team. We'll reach out and we'll schedule time to come fit you to a chair. And if you can't wait and you want to come to our showroom, come in, we'll fit you to the chair and you can buy it there.